devil do you? Voila. I regret making this decision, but we're in too far now. Like industrial Velcro. Oh no, it'll be worth it. Look at that. Professional. It's rock solid. You are watching Riverbend Longbows Outdoors. Hey folks, Ray here again with Riverbend Longbows Outdoors, and we're back in the shop. It is spring, but it's really cold out, and so I got another DIY project I want to do for you. I kind of already got started, but I thought, well, I better film this because somebody else might want to do this too. So some of you know I've got a new truck. The topper is only 5 feet long, so my fixed fishing rods do not fit in there without, bending it and maneuvering it in there, which is not good for the pole whatsoever. So I'm going to make a roof rack that goes on top of my canoe racks that holds my poles on the exterior. And so we're just kind of doing this shooting from the hip, so stick with us. Might be interesting. So for this I'll be using some 1 1/4 PVC, which you can buy sometimes at your local hardware store in 1 foot increments if you don't want to buy a whole stick. And I already got started, and what I did was I ripped it down in the bandsaw in the middle, but you can also do that with a hacksaw fairly easily. And then I cut it into little 1-inch half moons, so it's basically split in half. Boom. And then you're going to need some like 3/4 2x2s or 1x1s or whatever. I happen to have some PVC trim, so it'll be weatherproof, and I'm going to be using that. What we're going to do is mount these on top of here, and then these will strap to the top of the rack. And yeah, so we'll get started. You're probably going to need a drill, some drill bits, small screws or rivets maybe. I mean, we're just kind of doing this as we go. I'm going to use some Velcro, the loop part, adhesive back to lay in the saddle to kind of help friction and whatnot. And then I'm going to be using some shot cord or bungee cord, which I think a good heavy duty hair tie would work too if you're in a pinch. I'm just using what I got here, some super glue. So let's get started. So first off, I cut 4 pieces, which makes 8 of these for a 4 rod system. And then I went ahead and cut these at 20 inches. And I'm going to come in each end about 2 inches and then space accordingly so they're spaced. And then I have somewhere to strap it to the roof rack. So first we'll get that laid out. Alright, so now I got my little 20-inch pieces, and I came in 2 inches on each end and then divided that by 3, which gives you about 5 3/8 spacing. So these should be spaced equally as so, to give you room for your reels and everything so they're not banging on each other. And then I have room on the ends to wrap however I'm going to fasten it to my roof rack. So we got those laid out. I'll go ahead and lay out the other ones accordingly so they match. So just duplicate those measurements. Doesn't have to be perfect. We're just fishermen, right? So now those are ready. Now I'm going to take these and I'm going to drill 1/8 inch holes right in the center of all of these, and then I'll attach those with screws and super glue right to the 1x1s. So I'm going to get set up. And I'm not getting too crazy with the measurements. I'm just eyeballing it and going for it. Alright, got that. I got all these drilled, and I think I'm going to go with a slightly bigger drill bit just so the screw isn't binding as I screw into the thing. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'll be using some 9/16 pan heads, but I'm going to use a drill bit just slightly larger than the thread, so this sucks the saddle down real nice, and I'm also going to spot a super glue on each one of them. So let's do that. Now we got our pilot hole. Probably should be using my vise, but hey, yep, a little dangerous. That's better. Okay, I'll get the rest of them done. Okay, we got all those drilled. Now I'm going to go back to the 1/8 inch drill bit and pre-drill all my little holes just a little bit so the screw bites nice, fine centerish. Make sure you don't go all the way through, just a hair. I am a carpenter, so I kind of got a good eye for it. But it is what it is. Alright, we'll get the other one done and get back to you. Alright, so now what I want to do is I want to drill a hole in one side to where I'll make a loop that goes through and will come back around and hold the rod down in place. So I'm going to get all these drilled. I'm going to figure up probably a 3/16 hole and force these through so it's nice and tight. I might come through the back way. Yeah, I'll do that and have the knot on the outside and then the loop comes over. So I'm going to get all these drilled with a 3/16 hole, maybe even a 1/4, and it's coming along. I'm just going to kind of come in a 1/4 inch off the top and center. Goal. Hello. There we go. Alright. So I'm going to go ahead and do that to the rest of them. That should work. And the loop comes over. Heck yeah. Alright, so now I got my loopholes done, so that'll attach to there. But before I get carried away, I'm going to go ahead and go to the sander and knock off some of these raw edges so I don't have the chance of line getting cut on these. So sandpaper would work too, but I have a belt sander, so I'm going to use that. I got all my edges smooth, so now I'm going to start reattaching these. I'm going to go ahead and put a spot of super glue before screwing down just to help keep it in place. So we'll just go around the hole a little bit, maybe down the side. We'll get our drill, screw, and we'll attach them. Oop. Clamps in the wrong spot. There we go. Make sure they're straight. Voila. And we'll proceed with the others. It's crazy enough to work. Just Gorilla Glue, super glue, good stuff. Yeah. Alright, got one done, we'll do the other. Rinse and repeat. Come here. Just a little dab will do ya. And I'm making sure all my bungee holes are facing the same direction. Just a little professional-ish. If you wanted to too, you could sand a flat area, you know, where it screws so it has a more solid foundation. That's why I'm kind of using the super glue, so it's kind of helping take care of that. But you know, just sand that flat real quick on the belt sander so you have flat to flat. Just an idea. There we are. So now I'm going to figure out my loop size I need to come over and attach those. Once I figure that out, I'll just make all of them the same, and then I can feed them through, and they're done. And then we'll saddle these with a little bit of Velcro, Alright, so I tied a knot in one end. I'm going to run a loop of string through the hole, and then you run that in there, and then you can force that through like so. So now I just figure up what that needs to be, which looks like about there. So now I can tie a knot in that end, cut this off, tie a knot in that end, and then that's my loop size to hold the pole firmly in place. Are you digging it? I think this is going to work. If anything, I might have to put a little groove so it locks, but we're just playing this by ear. Alright, there. Got it there. I'll give it a little extra. Yeah, I think that'll work. There we go. Shabam. So now I got that pulled back out, and then I'll just make a series of all these the same length, and if it doesn't work, we'll try something else, but it should. So I'll use that as my pattern and get these all about the same. There we go. Just rinse and repeat. Alright, I got my 8 made. Now I'm going to nip these close and burn all the ends so it's sealed up like so. And then it kind of welds it, the knot in place. And repeat. And it smells terrible. Like that. Alright, I'll finish up these. Alright, got them all done, so I'm going to go ahead and start feeding all my loops in. And see how this thing goes. Oh yeah, we got to put our Velcro too. Yeah, Oop. I'm liking it. Alrighty. So there's that. And then when not in use, these can just rest over so they're not flapping around in the wind. Alright, so now I'm going to cut some of this loop material. Pretty self-explanatory. I'm going to cut it to the width of these and length and lay them in there. So pretty boring stuff. Alright, we'll get a little more professional about it. I'll get on the 1-inch mark. Maybe just a hair under. Oop. And go. And proceed. I think I can get 2 out of 1, so I just need to cut 4. This is 4-inch Velcro. All coming together. Alright, 1, 2, I'll find center, lay that in there. Voila. There we go. Okay, I didn't take into account for the loop, so I'm just going to lay that in there, mark it, we'll cut them all that length. I'm starting to regret making this decision, but we're in too far now. Getting this off is going to be the longest part. Like industrial Velcro. But it's going to be nice. Oh boy. Okay, maybe find an alternative. Oh. Oh no, it'll be worth it. Look at that. Professional. Covers that screw head up so you don't scratch your rod. Alright, so I'm going to do the rest. We'll get back to you. I'm sure I'll have a few people ask, well, why didn't you just order some? Have you priced good rod racks that go on your racks? They are not cheap. Alright, there we go. I think it's just crazy enough to work. Alright, I'm going to change batteries and let's go try it out. Well, I thought I had some Velcro cord wraps, so I'll have to get some of those, but I do have these by Night Eyes, the gear ties that are just like the industrial twisty. They should work just fine, so I get a coat on, we'll try it out. That's the exact right length. Oh yeah. Very secure. Alright, I'll have to do a little bit something different here. So I don't have anything to attach to, so I'm going to come up with something for that. Okay, I think I found a solution. We're going to take the rivet gun, we're going to drill a hole through the side here so this protrudes through like so, and then we'll have something for this to toggle onto. So yep, that's what we're going to do. Sure it'll work. 3/16, rock and roll. Stay about 1/8 of an inch from the top lip, should be good. Alright. Oh yeah. Yep, that'll work. Cool. There we go. Now this can come around and fasten on there. Right on. Let's go try it out. Perfect. That is rock solid. Plus, if that came loose, it's still being held on up there, so awesome. Oh yeah. Alright folks, there you go. Pretty quick and easy. I think I'm going to switch these to some permanent Velcro straps that are attached to these. That way I can take it all apart, Velcro them together, throw them in the back seat when I'm not using them. And yeah, hope this helps. If you liked it, hit the like button, share it, all that stuff. We'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.